I'm finishing up the how to list the ultra advanced way, listing on eBay so that your items actually sell and that you outsell anyone trying to compete against you simply by doing what eBay wants you to do, listing the way you want to list them. We had a first half to this part. This is kind of part B of a two-part item in our 6-part series. I think it's going to be 6 parts of how to list on eBay the right way. Trying to break these up so that you can just take bite-sized chunks as you need them. Maybe you only need to know how to do item specifics the right way. And if so, then you want to look at, you want to watch this one and the one, really you want to see the one right before this first. This truly is the second half of how to do item specifics the proper way. And we are still listing the Longaberger tissue basket, and it's going to begin right now. Okay, we're selling a basket. Let me just go through these quickly. You're going to learn from this. So what type of basket? I'm just going to click the pull down menu, and hopefully it has what I'm looking for. We already saw it. Sure enough, right here, tissue basket. Great. That takes care of that. It's a tissue basket. Then UPC code. Longabergers don't have UPC codes. Or maybe they do when they're new. I don't know. They have a barcode on them, but they don't match the UPC code internationally. So there is no UPC code. These are in optionals. Do you put does not apply? No, it's optional. You leave it blank. Always leave. Nobody's going to look for a Longaberger basket and search for does not apply under UPC code. Nobody. Leave it blank if it doesn't apply. Brand, Longaberger. Definitely. Occasion. It's for tissues. Can you be sick in the summer? Yeah, you can have like a summer cold. I don't know. I'd probably put all occasions. It's really not for an anniversary, not for a baby shower, but it's kind of, if you're having a baby shower, you might have the Longaberger tissue basket out there. I'd probably sort of do all occasions, but let's say that this is an important, say something for a back to school, like a new book bag or something like that. Definitely you'd want to choose back to school, not all occasions. But a tissue basket, all occasions. The year it was made, well, it was made in 1996. So I need the year to say 1996. Now this came from the previous one that I sold similar to. A lot of item specifics were filled in for you. So what you can do is enter 1996, and that's what I will do. But this is one time when eBay did choose the proper item specific. It is a 1996 basket, and I could click here, and that will just enter 1996 there for me. So it's up to you. I would be very careful until you get very familiar with item specifics on just doing these list fasters. Because they're going to choose some things like green that aren't really the right color, and you're going to think, oh yeah, I'll choose them all, and you're going to mess up. Nobody is going to look for this basket and click as the color green because it's a brown basket. It's got a green cloth, but some of these tissue baskets we saw in a previous video have beige cloths. They don't all have this one cloth. Okay, 1990, size, small, I don't know, small, medium, large, it's a basket. I'll probably leave it at small. Brown, color brown, it's really brown and green, but I don't have multiple colors. I do have multicolor. I don't want to choose multicolor. I want to choose the color that most buyers will think of when they look at this basket. They're going to think brown, in spite of the fact there is a green cloth. They're going to think brown, and you want to put your major color as the color. You don't want to put multicolor except in a very rare circumstance like some Millefiori paperweight that's just got 1,000 colors. None of them are dominant. You kind of have to choose multicolor in that case. But always, if you can, choose a major color that, because people choose, they click down in a search on the left-hand navigation by major color a lot of time, as we saw with the jeans, green jeans. Shape, it's a cube. This is kind of a cube. It's a tall cube, so it's like one of those trapezoid things that you learn that you forgot from back in geometry. But I'm just going to put cube. It's really not a cube. I really shouldn't put cube. I'm pretty picky about this stuff. I can say, is it a rhombus? I don't know what a rhombus is. I could Google all this. I'm just going to put square. But if I were selling this right now to list, I would probably look up rhombus just to see if this is more of a tall square. It's not really a cube. It's a tall cube, so it's taller than it is wide. I'd probably want to get that right. But I'm really retentive about this stuff. I think you should be too, but okay, cube will work. Material is wood. There's also some fabric. There's also some plastic. Now, how did eBay know? Well, most Longaberger baskets have 1 or 2 or 3 of these. They're made of wood. They often have a cloth liner, and they often have a plastic protector that we saw in the last video. This is an item specific that allows us to do multi-options. Remember, color, we couldn't choose brown and green. You can only choose one color at a time. Some options, you can choose more than one, like the type of material. And so, because most things are made of more than one thing. You might have a shoe that's got a rubber sole and a cloth top and some polyester inseam or something like insole, something like that. So the material almost always, no matter what you're selling, has multiple options that you can choose more than one. We're almost done, actually. Features, what about these features? Well, great, thank you, eBay. There's with lid. Retired, yeah, Longaberger's been out of business forever. Boxed, I don't have the original box. I'm not checking that. The Longaberger collectors like to have the original box. Most of us don't have it. Most sellers of pre-owned Longabergers don't have that. Is there anything else? Not really, so I'm just going to move on. Woven, the pattern, it's a basket. Now, it was already chosen because I actually selected this from another basket. You might recall I did a sell similar, and woven was one of the options, so eBay makes it easy and puts it up there for me. There's one item in this. There's a one. That's a little bit silly, but here is a reason I fill out that. One, it applies. There's one tissue basket. Secondly, the more item specifics you fill out, the better eBay treats your item in a search. Assuming those item specifics all apply. But the more you can fill out that are accurate, that are correct, the better. The more that are blank, the better if they don't apply. So don't just fill out this and say NA because it doesn't apply. So don't just fill out like closure type when there's not a closure just to get more item specifics and hopefully be raised in the search engine. That won't help you any. eBay will see if people start looking for tie and they keep seeing yours and it's never bought, eBay's going to say, that's a bad item specific. We're going to boost him down in the search, not up. So the more item specifics you can fill out that are accurate and correct, the better. I would put 1 here. We're going to see an option very similar to this number later. I fill it out too because it's also accurate. I'll show you what I mean. Style, what type of style? These are Americana baskets. These are like traditional American baskets. And so American, if it applies. Theme. Oh, I don't know. Picnic, food, it's a tissue basket. Tissue isn't one. Theme doesn't really apply to a tissue basket. When was it made? 1990 to 1999. I believe eBay chooses this automatically when the year is between that range. Why does eBay need this in addition to the actual year? I don't know. I don't care. The more item specifics that I can fill out or that are filled out for me that are correct, the better and the higher I will get in every search engine. Department. Well, this doesn't really apply. I mean, who uses a tissue basket? Everyone except babies. You can do this. Choose everything except babies. I often do this. I mean, someone might be looking for a basket for one of their girls' birthdays. And so they actually will choose the item specific, the left-hand navigation is girls. When they get a good search for Longabergers, they might narrow it down to girls for whatever reason. I mean, girls use tissue baskets. She may need one in her room. I just make sure and do all of this. If it's not an item for a baby, I don't choose baby or toddler. Finish, it's natural. It's got a little light varnish, but it's natural wood color. Fill, I'm not going to worry about that. There's really nothing that fills a basket except air. Suitable for, fabrics, furniture, doesn't really apply. If it doesn't apply, do we put does not apply? No. It's an optional item specific. We leave it blank. A character. Who's the character here? Is it Batwoman? No. There's no character. So we don't put anything. We don't put Longaberger. Longaberger's not a character. We don't put basket. Basket's not a character. United States is where it was made. The room is interesting. I spend way more time on this than I probably should. Most people will put any room and they'll be happy. I still think, what if someone is searching for bedroom, they're redecorating their bedroom, they want to know if there's a cute little Longaberger basket that will go well in their bedroom. I go ahead and click every room that applies. Every room that applies. A lounge, an office. Someone's going to need tissues in their office, a shop. Almost every time I see room, I choose any room, but I also start choosing specific rooms. Now notice I didn't choose attic. I mean, you don't want a tissue box in your attic. I mean, if it's a finished attic, but then it's like a bedroom or something. Basement, I don't know. You could put one in your basement, but I don't want my nice Longaberger to get damp, and I don't know. Basement doesn't seem to work. Bathroom, well, tissue basket, bathroom, but there's no but. It definitely should be bathroom. Definitely you should have a Longaberger tissue basket in your nice bathroom. But a lot of these don't really apply, like greenhouse. You probably don't want the moisture to ruin your beautiful Longaberger wood basket. The garage, you don't want a Longaberger basket for your tissues out in the garage. I mean, it's some mechanic. It's some guy just working on his car. You just want to give him a roll of toilet paper. That's all we need. Indoor, outdoor, wood basket. I don't know that I would say nice wood basket is an outdoor item. So in the marine, a mudroom, a nursery, well, a nursery, this would apply. I was thinking baby item, but definitely you use tissues in a nursery. A very nice nursery, you might want a very nice tissue basket. So I had not clicked that on the basket that I brought, that I used to bring over. Let me go back to that. But this one it sort of applies. A nursery for a tissue basket makes sense. So I do every room because I don't care. Let's see. I don't care what they're clicking on. If there's a certain room they want a basket of mine in, and they click it, and they don't click any room, then only sellers that have clicked that room will appear in their search results. I want to appear in everywhere that it applies. Okay, we're almost done. Suitable for, we're down to room. Item length. Well, what is length times width times height and all of that? A lot of times it's kind of weird. A lot of people put length where they should put width, and they put width where they should put length. Now here, it's a basket. It's a 3D item, a cube, a long cube, rhombus, or whatever that is. And so I'm not going to put length. I actually don't consider this. Now, there could be width times length, and that's accurate, but I don't know. I'm just going to put one that these are handmade at a factory, but they're handmade, so I'll choose that. But I'm going to put the height. And this is, let me just quickly measure. This is about, from floor to ceiling, about 6.5 inches. So I'm going to put 6.5 and the inch mark. No way, Jose. I'm not going to do that. Why not? It's because eBay tells you how they want the format. They want this to be 6.5 IN. eBay is telling us that's what they want us to say. How do I know that? Because if you just scroll down, look at that. It's all IN. Does eBay want us to put 6.5 space IN period as an abbreviation for inch? No, eBay doesn't want that. If you do it, you're not going to really be in all the results. You're going to be down in the other item specifics or something. So I want to put 6.5 IN, and that's what I'm going to choose. Original, yeah, it's an original Longaberger. What is the width? Oh, I'm just going to, it's 6 inches wide, so it's just slightly taller than it is wide. So I'm going to put 6 inches? No way. Am I going to put 6 in period? No. Am I going to put 6 IN with no space between? No. I'm going to do what eBay tells me to do. You know how many sellers never do anything that here's eBay saying, please use this format, please, please. Look, everything that we've ever given you, you might need to override it because it's a 0.5 or something, but we are telling you how to format these inches, and so sellers just do whatever they want. I don't understand it. Do 6.5 IN. No, this one is 6 inches. And there actually is one of these probably, I don't know. No, there's not. So it doesn't go that small. So we have to type it. I did that fast. So it's 6 inches, but eBay's options we can select from start at 10. So in this case, there's not a 6 inches, and we have to actually enter our own. Oh, sorry. 6 IN. That's the way we do it. We're almost done. Production technique. Thanks, eBay. You gave us weaving. It's a basket. Item weight, okay, is it's about 1 pound. I've weighed it before with the lid, about 1 pound. Am I going to type 1 pound? No way. 1 pound. No way I'm not going to type that. Am I going to type 16 ounces? No way am I going to type that. I'm going to look at what eBay tells me to type. eBay says to 1 space LB. That's what I'm going to type. So it's 1 LB. Don't do something that eBay is clearly telling you to do differently. Format it the way eBay wants it. Error, late, yeah, 1970 and 99. Okay, that is almost it. Every item specific, and there's only one, is filled in. Every item specific every required item specific is filled in. Every optional item specific, that applies. There's no UPC, so you leave it blank. Every item specific that's optional that applies, you fill in. Now, that means every item specific. There are still more. This is where you will find that you spend. If you do it right and if you start selling a lot of stuff, you're going to find that you spend more time in item specifics on the average than any other section of eBay. This will take you about as long or longer, this will take you about as long as getting all of your pictures all arranged and everything. Your item specifics are that important. I think they'll take a little longer. I just make sure they're all correct. This is the critical part because one click is going to kick me out of the search from some seller, some buyer that knows what she's doing. I want her to click me in. I want to be in every search. She clicks on Longaberger and then clicks on bathroom. I want to be there. I want to be in that narrowed down search. So there are more optional. There are required item specifics, there are optional item specifics, and then there are more item specifics, and you should fill them out. If you are a small company, or just an individual, 1, 2, 3, 4, I forget how many employees it is, I forget what the cutoff is, but do not fill anything for California Prop 65 warning. It's a horrible, horrible law. In the first place, you can read all about it if you really like that sort of thing, but in most cases, most of us listening to this will not apply. Don't put not apply right. You just leave it blank. Don't worry about it. You're not breaking California's law. Your item can ship to California, assuming it can legally ship to California, but that has nothing to do with this warning. Just ignore it. eBay only has it there to appease California's rulers. Okay, care instructions? No care instructions. This isn't like a dish that can only be hand washed. Customized? It's not customized. I'm going to say no. Is it engraved? No, there's no engraving on this. Is there any packaging? It's going to be unboxed, but I'm shipping it in my own box. I'm going to leave this blank. This would be a confusing thing to say unboxed because the buyer's going to go, I want you to ship this in a box. So in this case, you kind of have to just clear it out, use your own judgment. Remember, these last few are optionals. Enter your own quantity and type. No one knows what to do here. I don't either, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I always enter a 1, and then I always choose unit. There is one of these I'm selling in this listing. Now, that's really just another second I have to spend to type a 1 and then choose unit. If it were a liquid, I might choose 16 and then go to ounces or something like that. Why do I do this? It's because it's accurate. It's a basket. There's 1. And the more item specifics that we fill out, optional or not, that apply, help our search rank whenever it first gets searched for. So I do fill out these, even though it's kind of silly. And that is how you will sell your item when other sellers selling exactly the same thing you sell with the exact title and the exact price and the exact shipping and the exact pictures, if for whatever reason you have the same pictures, which you shouldn't, but if you did, your item will sell if you have an item specific that a buyer will click to narrow down those searches over someone else's. I can't stress to you how important it is to get item specifics right. And one last tip, if you're not finding item specifics that really match, you almost for sure are listing it in the wrong category. Remember, the category determines which item specifics appear for every item. If I were to change this category to a different category like glasses, or dishes and plates, then all of these item specifics would change, and it would be like material, ceramic, what type of plate? What is the diameter of the plate? Is it a serving plate, a charging plate? What type of plate is it? So your category determines which item specifics. If you're not seeing reasonable item specifics, then your category is probably wrong. You've got to take item specifics more seriously than you ever before thought if you want to make a lot of money on eBay.